France is one of the most influential countries in the world. Located in Western Europe, this nation has shaped global culture, art, fashion, and politics for centuries. From royal palaces and medieval towns to modern cities filled with life, France offers a unique blend of history and elegance. Its capital, Paris, is often considered one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower attract millions of visitors every year, symbolizing both romance and architectural brilliance. But France is much more than just its capital. Across the country, charming villages, scenic countryside, and historic castles reveal a rich cultural heritage that has inspired artists, writers, and travelers for generations. France has also played an important role in world history. The French Revolution helped shape modern ideas about democracy, citizenship, and human rights. Today, France remains a key voice in international politics and culture. The country is also famous for its cuisine and lifestyle. Foods like baguette and croissant have become symbols of French daily life and are enjoyed all around the world. Beyond food, France continues to influence global fashion, cinema, art, and architecture, making it one of the most culturally rich destinations on Earth. In this video, we explore the real France, its cities, its culture, its architecture, its food, and the everyday life of its people. Welcome to France. And welcome to Culture Quest, a journey to discover cultures, places, and stories from around the world. Part 1. The streets of France reflect both elegance and everyday life. In cities like Paris, wide boulevards lined with historic buildings create one of the most recognizable urban landscapes in the world. Many of these streets were redesigned during the 19th century transformation of Paris led by Georges-Eugène Haussmann under the rule of Napoleon III, giving the city its iconic architecture, grand avenues, and open public spaces. Cafés spill onto sidewalks, where locals sit for hours enjoying coffee, conversation, and the rhythm of city life. This café culture has long been an important part of French social life. Walking through Paris often feels like stepping into a living museum. Historic bridges cross the Seine River, while artists, musicians, and street performers bring energy to public squares. Beyond Paris, other French cities offer their own unique atmosphere. In Lyon, narrow medieval streets wind through historic districts such as Vieux-Lyon, filled with traditional restaurants and markets. The city is also widely known as one of the culinary capitals of France. Meanwhile, the Mediterranean city of Nice offers sunny promenades, palm trees, and colorful coastal scenery along the famous Promenade d'Anglais. Despite their differences, French cities share a common charm. They are often designed for walking, public life, and enjoying everyday moments. From quiet neighborhoods to lively city squares, the streets of France reveal a culture that values beauty, leisure, and human connection. You're watching Culture Quest, where we explore the cultures, cities, and everyday life of places around the world. Part 2. French cuisine is considered one of the most influential food cultures in the world. In France, food is not just about eating. It is a way of life, a daily ritual that brings people together. Meals are often long and social, with families and friends gathering around the table to enjoy both conversation and flavor. Bread plays an essential role in French cuisine. The famous baguette can be found in almost every bakery across the country, fresh and crispy every morning. Another symbol of French gastronomy is cheese. France produces hundreds of different varieties, each with its own taste, texture, and regional identity. Famous examples include Camembert, Brie, and Roquefort. From soft creamy cheeses to strong aged varieties, cheese is deeply connected to the country's culinary heritage. Pastries are also a highlight of French culture. Delicate baked goods such as croissant, éclair, and macaron fill the display windows of traditional bakeries, attracting locals and tourists alike. French gastronomy is so culturally important that the traditional French meal was even recognized by UNESCO as part of the world's intangible cultural heritage. But French cuisine is not limited to luxury restaurants. Local cafés, small bistros, and neighborhood bakeries are where everyday French life truly happens. Here, people enjoy simple meals, sip coffee slowly, and watch the rhythm of the city pass by. From elegant fine dining to humble street cafes, Food in France reflects both tradition and artistry. And here on Culture Quest, we explore the cultures, flavors, and everyday stories that shape life around the world. Part 3. France is a country deeply shaped by history. For centuries, powerful kings, revolutionary movements, and cultural achievements helped shape not only France but much of the Western world. One of the most iconic symbols of French royal history is the magnificent Palace of Versailles. Originally built as a hunting lodge in the 17th century, it later became the center of royal power under Louis XIV. The palace is famous for its grand halls, golden decorations, and the stunning Hall of Mirrors, where historic ceremonies and diplomatic events once took place. But France's history is not only about royal power. In 1789, the country became the birthplace of one of the most important political events in modern history, the French Revolution. This revolution transformed France, ending absolute monarchy and inspiring democratic movements and ideas about citizenship and rights across many parts of the world. Later, France also played major roles in global events such as World War I and World War II, with many historic battlefields and memorials still preserved today. Today, visitors can still see the marks of history throughout the country. Medieval castles rise above quiet valleys, ancient churches stand in small villages, and historic streets remain preserved in cities that are centuries old. Walking through France often feels like walking through a living museum. Every building, every square, and every monument tells a story about the past. And here on Culture Quest, we continue exploring the cultures and histories that have shaped our world. Part 4. At the heart of France lies its most famous city, Paris. Often called the City of Light, Paris is known around the world for its beauty, elegance, and cultural influence. The nickname City of Light originally referred to Paris being a center of ideas during the Enlightenment and one of the first European cities to adopt widespread street lighting. Walking through the streets of Paris feels like stepping into a living work of art. Wide boulevards lined with historic buildings, charming cafes on every corner, and iconic landmarks that have become symbols of the entire country. One of the most recognizable structures on Earth is the Eiffel Tower. Built in 1889 for the Exposition Universelle 1889, it was once controversial among artists and intellectuals but eventually became the ultimate symbol of France. Today, millions of visitors travel to Paris each year just to see this remarkable structure. But the beauty of Paris is not only found in its landmarks. The city is also home to world-famous cultural institutions such as the Louvre Museum, the largest art museum in the world, and the historic Notre Dame Cathedral, one of the greatest examples of French Gothic architecture. Daily life in the city moves at a unique rhythm. In the mornings, locals stop by bakeries for fresh pastries like croissant and coffee. During the day, artists paint along the streets of areas like Montmartre, tourists explore museums, and the city buzzes with activity. As evening arrives, Paris transforms once again. Soft lights reflect on the Seine River, restaurants fill with conversation, and the city reveals its romantic atmosphere. Paris is not just a destination. It is an experience. And here on Culture Quest, we continue exploring the cities, cultures, and stories that shape our world. France has long been considered one of the fashion capitals of the world. For centuries, Paris has been a center of creativity, luxury, and artistic expression. Many of the world's most famous fashion houses were founded here, shaping global style trends for generations. Brands such as Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and Dior are recognized worldwide as symbols of elegance and craftsmanship. These brands help develop the tradition of haute couture, a form of high-end fashion design that involves handmade garments created with exceptional detail and quality. Every year, designers, celebrities, and media gather in Paris for one of the most important events in the fashion industry, Paris Fashion Week. During this event, fashion houses present their newest collections, and trends introduced on these runways often influence global fashion for the coming seasons. But fashion in France is not limited to luxury brands. Style is deeply embedded in everyday life. Walking through Paris, it is easy to notice how people pay attention to details, from simple outfits to carefully chosen accessories. French fashion often emphasizes simplicity, elegance, and confidence rather than excess. This effortless sense of style has influenced clothing trends all over the world. From haute couture runways to everyday street fashion, France continues to shape how the world sees beauty and style. And here on Culture Quest, we continue exploring the cultures, creativity, and lifestyles that influence our world. Part 6. Beyond its famous cities, France is also known for its breathtaking countryside. Across the country, rolling vineyards, lavender fields, and peaceful villages create landscapes that feel almost timeless. One of the most beautiful regions is Provence. During summer, vast fields of purple lavender stretch across the horizon, attracting photographers and travelers from around the world. The warm Mediterranean climate and historic villages make Provence one of the most scenic areas in the country. Another iconic region is the Loire Valley, often called the Garden of France. Here, dozens of magnificent castles rise above rivers and forests along the Loire River. Among the most famous is the Château de Chambord, a massive Renaissance palace known for its stunning architecture and its famous double-helix staircase, often associated with the designs of Leonardo da Vinci. These castles reflect the power and wealth of French kings during the Renaissance and are now protected as part of the UNESCO World Heritage Landscape of the Loire Valley. But France's countryside is not only about grand palaces. Small villages, stone houses, local markets, and vineyards reveal a quieter side of French life. Here, time seems to move a little slower. People gather in town squares, farmers sell fresh produce, and traditional lifestyles continue much as they have for generations. This peaceful rural beauty is one of the reasons France remains one of the most visited countries in the world. And here on Culture Quest, we continue exploring the landscapes, cultures, and everyday life that make each country unique. France is a country where history, culture, and beauty exist in remarkable harmony. From world-famous landmarks like the Eiffel Tower to quiet countryside villages and magnificent castles, every corner of the country tells a story. It is a nation that has shaped art, cuisine, fashion, and culture across the globe for centuries. Whether walking through the romantic streets of Paris, exploring historic palaces like the Palace of Versailles, or enjoying a simple meal at a local cafe, visitors quickly discover why France continues to captivate the world. The country is also home to some of the world's most visited cultural institutions, including the Louvre Museum, where masterpieces from different civilizations are preserved and admired by millions each year. For centuries, this country has inspired artists, travelers, and dreamers alike. And even today, France remains one of the most fascinating destinations on Earth. Thank you for watching Culture Quest, where we explore the cultures, history, and everyday life of places around the world.